On August the 31st, shellings by Russian military killed 5 and wounded 12 people in Donetsk region, said Pavlo Kyrylenko, the head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration. He added that people perished in Rozdolne, Pivnichne, Georgiivka, Bakhmut and Slovyansk. It is currently impossible to name the accurate death toll and number of wounded in Mariupol and Volnovakha, he wrote. On August the 31st, the rescuers retrieved the body of a woman killed under the debris of a house ruined by Russian shelling, reported the press service of the main directorate of the State Emergency Service in Donetsk region. Enemy shelling of Bakhmut resulted in destruction of a residential cottage. In the course of the search and rescue operation, a dead woman was removed from under the debris, they wrote. On September the 1st, Enerhodar has been under mortar fire from 5 a.m. Injured people are reported. Some civil infrastructure facilities have been targeted, said Enerhodar Mayor Dmytro Orlov. In addition to the tube artillery, the Russians also use aviation. Military helicopters are flying about the city. Reportedly, residential buildings were hit on Centralna, Voyniv Internationalistov and Kurchatova streets, and also some summer cottages in the suburb. Yesterday, August the 31st, Russian forces also shelled the city, as reported by Yevhen Yevtushenko, the head of the Nikopol District Military Administration. Their goal is to create a corresponding picture for the IAEA Commission and form a pool of locals who will tell the mass media on camera how the city is shelled from our side of the water reservoir, the official said. At around 5 a.m. on September the 1st, in the aftermath of another mortar shelling of the Zaporizhzhia NPP site by Russian troops, the safety system cut out Unit 5. On the eve of the IAEA mission arrival, the Russians resorted to new provocations on the ZNPP, Energoatom National Nuclear Energy Generating Company posted on its Telegram channel. Energoatom also reported that the IAEA mission was headed for Enerhodar from Zaporizhzhia despite information about a heavy fire. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi said that the mission had known about intensifying hostilities in this region, but intends to continue the mission to the ZNPP and meet its staff. As of 14:30, the Energoatom press service reported that the International Atomic Energy Agency mission had arrived in Enerhodar, temporarily occupied by the Russians. The IAEA mission arrived at the Zaporizhzhia NPP, the message reads. Around 2 a.m. on August the 31st, Russian military bombarded a dairy farm in Vasylivsky district. It is estimated that up to 1,000 head of cattle were killed. 2 workers were injured, said Alexander Staruch, the head of the Zaporizhzhia Regional Military Administration. The bombardment occurred outside Velika Bilozerka village. According to the local residents' accounts, the farm was struck about 10 or 12 times, which caused destruction of 11 blocks out of 14, a milking house and food processing unit. The farm had nearly 2,000 of cattle and close to half of them were killed in the shelling. The precise number is to be determined, Mr. Staruch wrote. 2 farm workers suffered injuries. A man had a fragment wound. He was hospitalized. His condition is now satisfactory, and a woman was contused, but she refused to go to hospital. An apartment building, an ambulatory and a garage were on fire in the urban-type settlement of Pechenihi in Kharkiv region as a result of a night attack by the Russian Federation. The Russians struck the village around 1:30 a.m., causing 3 fires, according to the summary of the Regional Department of State Emergency Service. 3 apartments in a 5-story building were on fire. The area of the fire was 150 square meters. An 85-year-old woman was rescued from one of the apartments. 10 residents of the building were evacuated. A 30-year-old man was wounded during the shelling in Pechenihi and was hospitalized. The man has burns and explosive injury, leg and back injuries. He is in a moderate condition, Olena Shapoval, spokeswoman for the head of the Regional Military Administration, said. Also, as a result of shelling, a fire broke out in the ambulatory building on an area of 30 square meters and in a garage on an area of 5 square meters. The last source of ignition was extinguished at 3:25 a.m., the report said. According to Alexander Husarov, Pechenihi village head, the village was fired upon from BM-21. A total of 8 fires occurred in Kharkiv region during the day, which were caused by shelling of the Russian Federation. Mykola Lukashuk, the head of Dnipropetrovsk Regional Council, announced that Russian troops shelled Sinelnikivsky, Krivorisky and Nikopolsky districts of Dnipropetrovsk region. In the afternoon, Sinelnikivsky district came under fire, as stated in the message. There is damage to houses, people were not affected. In Krivorisky district, the Russian army shelled Zelenodolsk Gromada. A private house and outbuildings were damaged. There are no injured or dead. Also, in the evening of August the 31st, they attacked Nikopol and Chervonogrigorivka Gromada. According to preliminary information, there are no injured or dead. On the night of September the 1st, Russian troops shelled Nikopolsky and Krivorisky districts. Valentin Reznichenko, the head of the regional military administration, announced that a 70-year-old man was injured in the village of Chervonogrigorivka. He is in a serious condition in the hospital. According to him, Chervonogrigorivka Gromada was hit from BM-21. 12 buildings, a lyceum and a village council were damaged. Shells also hit the power line. In total, Russian troops shelled Nikopolsky district 4 times, targeting 4 Gromadas. In addition, they targeted Krivorisky district and hit Zelenodolsk Gromada. Outbuildings are damaged. People are unharmed. The legs were jammed. I couldn't walk. I was lying on my hand and it was squeezed. Katerina Chervatenko was admitted to the intensive care unit with such injuries a week ago. A Russian missile hit the tram driver's apartment on the 4th floor of a dormitory in Kharkiv. As a result of the blow, the woman was crushed by a closet. Rescuers found her 6 hours later. When the rescuers shone a flashlight, I screamed. My son is somewhere nearby. I saw how he was thrown up by a shockwave. Don't worry, we are looking for your son. I calmed down immediately. On the 3rd day, relatives could tell Katerina that the body of 13-year-old Yasha had been recovered from the rubble. One moment and that's it. Nothing to fall back. Damn the rocket and the Russians. I don't know who it was, the government or someone else. How can they do this? Orders. The woman says that at the beginning of August, they were planning to leave for Poland with her son. I say, son, I'll think it's over. Call and we'll get out of here. I say, I'm scared too, but you see, I didn't get it. Yasha practiced martial arts for 5 years and won prizes at tournaments. He dreamed of becoming a coach, his mother recalls. He had a strong character, brought a humanitarian aid. He says, Mother, I am your breadwinner. He was a capable boy, a golden child. He always met me. Mommy, what do you need? Mommy, I love you so much. I love you so much. Do you love me? By how many percent? I say, 100%, son. In the surgical department, Katerina is visited by Yasha's father and relatives. This is the 3rd war in my life. I myself lived in Azerbaijan. Then they brought me to Armenia. There was an earthquake and war. I came here to live 33 years ago, and the war again. I am 54 years old, and I lost my son. Katerina is given antibiotics every day. Doctors do not predict how long a woman will be treated. Katerina says that the first thing she will do when she starts walking again is to go to cemetery to her son.